Hey guys, it's Bibbing2PM96, and today I'm going to tell you guys about how to clean a gerbil cage. So, this is my cage, and I'm not actually going to physically be cleaning out because one, I cleaned it out like 3 days ago, and two, it's too hard to film. So, if possible, I may show you guys later how to clean this little one, but this big one, I just cannot show you guys how to clean out. But I'll just describe it to you. So I'll do the best I can. So what you want to do is you want to take the water bottle out, which I actually do have to refill. But you want to take the water bottle out, you want to take the wheel, the what's this called? The house, the bowl, the rock if you have one, just anything that you want to save for later, just remember to take out. And obviously put your gerbils in a separate cage, like this one. Or the bathtub, never use a hamster ball. And then you want to take a trash bag. You can use one of those big trash bags or a bunch of little grocery bags, whatever you want, as long as it doesn't have holes in it. And you just want to dump all the bedding into it. So yeah, and then once you're done, there'll be like little shavings and stuff left inside that didn't fall in maybe. So you just want to take the bin and actually flip it over and dump it into the bag. Yeah. Then you want to take some sort of cage cleaner. And then the step after cleaning or taking out all the bedding is the most like controversial thing that has about gerbils like ever. So there are many different ways to clean a cage. You can wash it out with more hot water, wash it out with hot water and soap, wash it out with bleach, wash it out with the cage cleaner, and wipe it down with just water. I think that's most of the most general ways to do it. I personally use a cage cleaner. And so I'll tell you how to do a cage cleaner one, and then you guys, oh yeah, my friends drew my foot. So that's why it's like that. Don't worry about it. Anyways, so I'll tell you guys how to clean with the cage cleaner first, and then I'll tell you how to clean with the other things afterwards. So with the cage cleaner, you just want to spritz it inside the cage and then just wipe it down and let it air dry, because these cage cleaners are scented, so you need to make sure that all of the scent gets out of the cage before you fill it with bedding. So what you can do is you can just kind of stick your head inside the bin. I know it sounds kind of weird, but like you can stick your head inside the cage and inhale. And then if you can smell it, then you have to leave it more. If you can't, then leave it for another 5 minutes, because their noses are sensitive, so you might not be able to smell it, but they might be able to. So, hey, don't chew. I'm trying to chew my camera strap. Okay, so then, after that, you can fill it with bedding. So then, if you want to clean it with soap and water, make sure to use unscented soap and warm water, and just like fill it with water, scrub it down, pour out all the water, and you can either let it air dry or you can just wipe it dry. The reason I don't do this is because with a cage this big, it is way too hard to clean with water. It's easier to just clean with the cage cleaner. But for smaller cages, like 10 gallons, they are easier to clean with just water. So if you have anything larger than a 10 gallon, I would not recommend using water. And another thing that you could use is bleach. And I don't know, bleach is okay. It's not really anything bad. You just have to make sure, again, like with the cage cleaner, that you let it air out. But you need to let it air out outside, because bleach is very heavily scented. And you're going to have to wait like half an hour for all of the fumes to go away, which is why I think it just takes too long. But bleach does get it clean perfectly fine. So you just want to make sure the cage is completely dry and completely fumeless after whatever method of cage cleaning you use. I do not recommend just wiping it down with water, because that doesn't clean it out enough, because there is bacteria and stuff in here that warm water just won't wash out by itself. So after that, you want to take the bedding and fill it. You want to use at least 2 inches. I tend to use 3 or 4. This time I cleaned it, I used way too much. I used, I think, about 5 inches, so you can see that it is pretty filled, and it's even deeper back there. And I also have like 2 or 3 of these boxes just filled with bedding. I used way too much. I don't know what I was thinking. I just overfilled it, and then this kept getting under the bedding, this kept getting buried. It was really bad. So I didn't think there was such a thing as too much bedding, but there is. You don't want to use over 4 inches of bedding. Um, but if your cage is deeper, I guess you can, but mine is too, what's it called, short to put any more than 4 inches in. So yeah, you might want to be careful that when you do put the bedding in, that it won't be too high, that it gets on this. Okay, so then after you fill it with bedding, you can clean out these accessories because you want to let the bedding air out because bedding does have a scent. Carefresh Natural smells absolutely horrible. It's just completely disgusting, but it works well. So you just want to leave it to let the smells escape. And Petco Aspen smells like dried wood, or smells like cut wood, and Katie Aspen does not, so you don't have to worry about with Katie Aspen. But if you do have Petco Aspen like me, you absolutely must let it air out. And I actually suggest letting it air out in layers. So what I do when I have Petco Aspen is I put a bunch of Petco Aspen out and I let it air out for a good 5-10 minutes. This is because it smells so much like wood, and it actually burns my nose, and I can't imagine how bad it would be for their tiny little sensitive noses. So I put maybe about this much in all the way down, and I just let it air out. And then after I can't smell it anymore, I fill with another layer of Carefresh, let it air out, fill another layer of Aspen, let it air out, and then after I get the amount I want, I just mix it all together. And then it lets more of the scent out, so you have to let it air out again. And in the time that you're letting it air out, you want to clean out the water bottle, the wheel, the food dish, everything. So with the water bottle, what you want to do is you want to fill it with hot water, and then pour out all the hot water, and then fill it with hot water and pour out all the water. And make sure you don't lose this little ball here, or whatever duck or something like that you have inside. It helps let the oxygen flow. And so you absolutely have to do that because it kills all the bacteria inside. And they make like brushes, and you can just clean it out with but you don't have to. You can just get like an old toothbrush or something and just like scrub on the inside with the hot water inside. And then you want to clean out the holder because bedding does get stuck on here, and sometimes they chew. And you want to take a a Q-tip, and put it in and out of this little tube thing here to clean it out. With the wheel, you just want to get the napkin wet with this thing, and just wipe it down on the tops and on the bottoms. Like here, you can actually see it if it, yeah, the wheel is kind of slanted right now. They flipped it, if you can see, so that's why there's bedding in it. But if you use soap, you just want to rub it over with the sponge or whatever, and then rinse it off. You can see that it's dirty, but it is, because they pee and they poop on it while they run. I'm feeding her a piece of hay. I think it's so cute. Anyways, and so then things like this you don't want to wash because it is cardboard. So this is what you won't wash. You don't wash the wood. You want to wash the food bowl. You just want to rinse the food bowl out, rinse off the rock. The box and things like tissue boxes, just toilet paper rolls, pieces of disposable cardboard you can just throw away. I do have a box under here. You can't see it, but there's an opening to it right there. Then you want to put everything back in, and you want to put everything in a different place because it's just more fun for them, because to have exactly the same layout every single day of their lives is just really boring. There's no variety. So say you can put the hut right here, and the wheel can go right there, and the water bottle can go there, whatever you want. Just try and make it a bit different. And you want to make sure that the water bottle does not touch the bottom of the bedding. And I would recommend that if you're cleaning your cage downstairs but your room is upstairs, or even if you have to transport the cage anywhere at all after cleaning, you want to put the water bottle in after you get to wherever their cage is finally destined to be, because it does leak when jiggled up and down. Yeah, make sure to refill their food bowls if there's no food left, but if there is food, you can just put it back in. You can just dump the food onto a napkin or something and pour it back in after you're done cleaning out the bowl. And oh yeah, make sure to put in some nesting material tissues, toilet paper, stuff like that. And then here's their little nest. It kind of got destroyed, but here it is. That's why there's toilet paper and stuff everywhere. So yeah, that's about it. That's what you do. Yeah. Bye guys.